Hi everyone, my name is Monica and welcome to my presentation on international entrepreneurial journey. So today I will be discuss about one of the most fascinating success stories in global business, how a Swiss startup shoes brand called On Cloud Runner become one of the most fastest growing running brands worldwide, challenging with other competitors like Nike and Adidas. So let's check it out. So, on today's video, I will be discussing journey through on-cloud international expansion, analyzing their strategic decisions, also examine their innovation-driven approach, the challenges they overcome, and what the future holds for this Swiss brand. On Running was founded in 2010 in Zurich, Switzerland, by a trio entrepreneurs. There are Oliver Benhart in partnership with David Elleman and Kaspar Kopetti. They are aimed to solve a core problem in running shoes. The answer is Cloud Tech. A unique cushioning system, these shoes have hollow pods that collapse underfoot on impact, delivering a high energy return during takeoff. This what Porter said in 1985 identifies as a sustainable competitive advantage in technology. Also, On has significant global distribution lately. They have more than 6,000 retailers in 55 countries in 2020. And the US is their largest single market with 6.6% share of the performance running shoe category. In Switzerland, they have 40% market penetration, with a 10% market share in Germany as of 2019. This is truly impressive for a brand that is just over 10 years old. There are three phases that ON's internationalization strategy have. Phase 1, within 2010 to 2012, was focusing on domestic development. During this phase, On achieved product market fit in the home market of Switzerland. The company also refined its cloud tech technology and established initial production partnerships. The second phase, within 2012 to 2015, involved regional expansion. On entered the German and Austrian markets between 2012 and 2013, and the UK market in 2014. This phase exemplifies the concept of physics distinct minimization, as On expanded into countries with similar consumer preference and cultural attribute as described by Johansson and Van Vee at 1977. And the last one is phase 3. Has seen global acceleration, notably on significant entry into the US market, occurred in 2016, followed by expansion in the Asia-Pacific region in 2018. And the last one in 2019, the company went public with an IPO on the New York Stock Exchange. The timeline above shows an important question for the field of international entrepreneurship. Is it On Cloud Runner a born global firm? Born global firms are characterized by internationalized sales of 25% or more within 3 years of founding and a global vision from the start. On's timeline shows international growth in 2 until 3 years, globalized technology, an international background of founders consistent with born global behavior, also regional first launch stems inconsistent. I propose that On is what we might call a born regional, a firm that plans for international growth from the outset, but uses regional target market as a pathway to a global launch, rather than the incremental process of Uppsala traditional born global, according to Oviatt and McDougall in 1994. Jump into the next one is innovation advantage. On's global technology success is rooted in their innovation advantage. Cloud tech was a product differentiation in the sense of the word according to Porter's and on 1985. It was a sustainable competitive advantage as it was patented, hard to copy in the short term and has a clear benefits to the consumer. It was differentiating enough to allow premium pricing in otherwise to commoditized market. In their actions, we also see how they have mobilized resources. Here, we all see of international entrepreneurship as they have received funding from angel investors all the way to venture capital and completed their IPO in 2021 with a 746 million valuation. They also created ties with manufacturers in Vietnam, made a contract with high-end retailers, and have been endorsed by Roger Federer, a world-class tennis player since 2019. For the next one is entrepreneurial team of OnCloud technology. The characteristics of the entrepreneurial team are aligned with the findings of Knight and Kavusgil in 2004 about the profile of born global firms. Oliver Bernhardt's legitimacy as a former professional athlete within the industry cannot be replaced by traditional marketing efforts. His international network in the sports industry could have helped the company in penetrating the international market, and the technical expertise of the entrepreneurial team members in the innovation also allowed continuous development of the product, which are the important capabilities to maintain international competitiveness. On's internationalization journey was not without challenges that provided important learning experiences. Resource limitation posed trade-offs, especially in allocating funds for R&D versus international marketing efforts. The capital intensity of scaling manufacturing to the desired quality while adhering to Swiss engineering standards presented financial challenges. The difficulty of market entry was significant. Entering distribution channels and building relationships in markets dominated by Nike and Adidas took considerable time and effort. Educating the consumer on the benefits of cloud technology requires substantial marketing investment, as did justifying the premium price point of $160 to $200 through clear performance benefits. Perhaps most important is that On initially underestimated the need for local market adaptation. The Swiss engineered approach had to be modified to align with different running cultures, such as the training and requirement for an American marathon runner can be quite distinct from those of an alpine trail runner. This adaptation challenge led to greater investment in local market research and athlete partnership, highlighting the organizational learning needed for international success. The limited size of the Swiss domestic market placed a natural ceiling on the company's growth potential. With a population of 8.7 million, even successful penetration of the upper end of the market left considerable room for the further expansion. The high costs of manufacturing in Switzerland were too high to make production for the world market economically viable. The lack of large Swiss footwear brands presented both a problem and opportunity break out into the international area. The United States presented the pull factors in the market conditions, which complemented Dunning's on 1988 OLI paradigm. The $3 billion running market of more than 50 million consumers offered huge economies of scale. The openness of American consumers to innovation and the payment for On's positioning by the premium segment were attractive factors as well. Also, on the Germany and the UK were chosen as staging posts, as geographic and physical distance were limited respectively, while Australia's active lifestyle culture and Asia's Pacific burgeoning middle class were attractive long-term growth platforms that were relatively less competitive. There are key strategic opportunities for On in 2030. Sustainability leadership is expected to be good fit for On, both in view of the increasing demand for sustainable footwear as well as on Swiss roots. Integration with a smart shoes and a running app could be a logical extension of their ongoing innovation. Emerging markets in Asia, Latin America, and Africa could be present large growth opportunities as a result of the globalization of running. There are also challenges exist, emerging competition from Nike and ZoomX, and Adidas Boost, backed by their higher R&D budgets, are real concerns. High-end market saturation and exposure to economic downturns due to its premium positioning are risks. Heavy reliance on Asian manufacturing for supply chain poses geopolitical and sustainability concerns. On Running's journey shows that international entrepreneurship can be successful through the interplay of technological innovation, strategic market entry, research mobilization, and adaptive learning. Their born regional approach provides a blueprint for resource-constrained innovators aiming for international growth. Thank you for having a time to watch my presentation of On Cloud Runner. It also shows that the company, with the right mix of innovation, strategy, and execution, even Swiss startups can take on the big market and build entirely new market categories. Thank you.